Was
My name is Spencer, and I recently got into this probably about 6 to 8 months after my parents, and I was trying to do a Mother's Day gift for my mother-in-law, and I offer her $500 to boost her up to get to the diamond package at the time. That's what it's called. And she's like, no, go ahead and sign yourself in. So I got myself in, and it took me about 2 to 3 weeks to convince my wife to put this patch on, because when I put the patch on, I just felt like I just slept like a baby. At that time I was only like 20 years old, 21 years old, I think. And yeah, so I was like really awesome. And I know that one thing was about me is that I was trying to convince her. I'm like, you gotta try this out. But for her, with her type 1 diabetes, it was very difficult because she has a lot of just being scared to try something new and don't know if it's going to drop her sugar out and bottom out. It's very scary for the health field. So eventually, 2 weeks after she realizing that my back healed, my knees healed from cleaning cars, and they're all scuffed up, and every time I'm on the carpet, I can't lean down to hug my daughter or anything because I was in so much pain at a 20-year-old. And so for my knees to be completely healed, my back to be healed as well, was something really amazing. And so she ended up convinced to put the patch on. And it just took her about 5 minutes from her sugars being like in the 400 to 500 range, and it fluctuated down that night around 200 or something like that. And then the next day, Sylvia, the mom, said, "Hey, your levels haven't been this way, so let's reduce your insulin levels by 50%." I'm like, that's a big change just in a short time frame. And she had so much energy, and her sugars were always for like 2-3 weeks were like in the 150s and 200s. For a diabetic, it's really great. And that was super amazing. Well, fast forward, months after, my daughter had a horrible virus, and which made her not eat and not sleep for 4 days. I mean, if you had to look at a 2-year-old child to just look like a walking zombie and just looking very pale, and she'll be crying in her sleep, but again, she's like trying to find a way to rest, but she's in so much pain because every time she tries to eat, drink, or anything, it just comes out horribly out of her stomach. And so I called my mom and dad, and I don't want to bring her to the hospital. There's just too much stuff there. And I decided to call them and say, they're like, hey, why not just patch her for an hour? I know she's a baby, but she might have some stem cells or just having some hard time to kick in that virus, out of her digestion, wherever it is. So we decided to put the patch on here, and no joke, just like 2 to 3 minutes, she gets up with so much energy. She starts laughing out of nowhere. We haven't heard her laugh. She's been crying for multiple days. She's laughing, and she's running back and forth in the house, and she takes her bottle, and she's not feeling bad when she gets the virus out of her stool, and she does it over and over and over, and just in 3 days that virus is gone, and her body was able to fluctuate again. So that is just changed my mind, and I'm like, there's no way I cannot share this, So that's my three-way testimony, if I had to say.